Welcome to Survivor Scale. I'm H2 Mass, and today I'm ranking every main character in Danny and Michael Philippos' 2023 Tearful Toxicity. Talk to me. Where a group of friends gets a supernatural hand that allows disembodied spirits to possess them, only to discover that once they get in, they won't want to get out. We start the film with Cole frantically searching through a party for his brother Duckett, revealing his disdain for doors as he breaks into a bedroom. Seeing Duckett creepily mumbling about their dead father, Cole walks his brother away from the crowd, but as he does so, the partygoers take pictures of the tattered teen, so Cole yells at them, giving Duckett an opportunity to stab his brother in the chest. As everyone else runs away, Duckett walks outside and gives himself a much closer look at his murder weapon. A bit later, we meet Mia mourning the recent loss of her mother, but her young friend Riley won't let her deal with death in a healthy way and tells her to pick him up from the park. As Riley waits for Mia, his peer pressures him into smoking, but Riley demonstrates his restraint and decides not to. Say no to drugs, kids. On the way home, Mia sees a nearly dead kangaroo lying in the road, and though she thinks about running it over to end its suffering, she instead reveals her limited ruthlessness when she just drives away without even touching it, despite Riley begging her to kill it. Later that night, Mia meets up with her best friend and Riley's sister, Jade, after which the three of them go to a small party where some teenagers have turned the unfathomable terrors of possession and spiritual manipulation into a bit of entertainment. Displaying a dangerously low level of caution, Mia offers to get possessed first without truly understanding what she's even volunteering for.
I'll do it.
As they strap her down, they tell her that the possession can't last more than 90 seconds, or the spirits will have her forever. Undeterred by their cryptic warnings, Mia continues with the ritual, which calls for her to hold a tattooed hand and then say the title of the movie.
Talk to me.
A ghost with the suds then pops up, and completely folding under the peer pressure, Mia gives it permission to inhabit her body.
I let you in.
Mia's eyes then transform into 8 balls, after which she turns directly to Riley and begins chanting like a personal trainer.
Run, 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 run.
As her time possessed approaches 90 seconds, some people try to pull the hand away from Mia, but she holds on tighter than spandex in a snowstorm, and they only manage to separate her from the hand after the time limit. Clearing any concerns people may have for her after such a tumultuous minute and a half though, Mia returns to normal and gives the experience a positive review.
Amazing.
5 stars. Unlike Mia, however, Riley finds himself a bit traumatized by the whole spiritual possession thing and goes into his sister's room to avoid sleeping alone, but instead of showing him some sisterly support, Jade just tells him to leave.
Good night.
Damn, you really just gonna push your scared little brother away like that? Some sister. Still not wanting to sleep alone, Riley goes into the living room and finds Mia posted up on the couch, but unlike Jade, she lets him sleep with her. Not like that. And when he asks her to describe the possession, she tells him what every drug dealer says to a potential customer.
Felt amazing. Felt like I was glowing.
The next day, Jade hosts a small party and brings the mysterious hand to her house, where Jade's boyfriend Daniel partakes in the finger festivities first. After letting the spirit inhabit his body, Daniel begins choking, and Jade shows caution by trying to stop the process, but everyone else just sits back and watches. Luckily though, Daniel stops choking, but unfortunately for him, the spirit throws his body to the floor and starts intensely making out with the family dog, right as Daniel regains control of his body. He better hope no one was recording that. A montage then ensues as several other partygoers take turns using the hand over and over again. After seeing how much fun everyone else has been having, Riley tries to have a go as well, but when his sister shows some protectiveness and tells him he can't do it, Mia showcases the opposite and says that he can.
You don't have to be a bitch about all things, Riley.
Damn, Mia is a terrible influence. Upset that she's trying to control him, Riley then insults Jade and the two of them take turns embarrassing each other with harsh words, causing Jade to storm off in anger.
Fatality.
As Riley's new de facto mom, Mia then agrees to let Riley use the hand, but only for 50 seconds. However, when he lets the spirit possess his body, it starts talking like Mia's mother, telling Mia she's sorry for dying and that she's proud of her, all the things you'd expect any good mother to say to her child. Suddenly though, the spirit begins bashing Riley's head on the table and then tries to take a little ocular souvenir before sliding across the room and once again turning his head into a hammer. Showing some selflessness, Jade rushes in and places her hand on the table to keep Riley's brains from spilling out. As everyone else tries to help Riley, Mia shows poor composure and simply walks away traumatized from the bloody scene. Later, after returning to her senses, Mia goes to hospital and finds Riley barely clinging to life. Daniel then finds Mia crying in the stairwell and offers to drive her home. On the way there, Mia shows poor restraint when she asks her best friend's boyfriend, who Mia once dated and still has feelings for, to stay at her house. Showing some naivete, Mia tells Daniel how good she felt talking to her dead mother, but Daniel displays some deduction when he hypothesizes that she didn't actually speak to her mother and that the spirits can read their thoughts and experiences since they were possessing them, allowing them to impersonate others and manipulate their hosts. Now that's what I'm talking about. More people should know when they're being tricked. After having a bad dream of her mother's death, Mia wakes up in the same bed as Daniel, but sees a dirty, creepy, crawling, crying, dead old woman approaching her, so Mia runs to the corner, only for the woman to grab Daniel's foot and treat it like Joey Chestnut eating a hot dog. Mia then starts yelling for Daniel to wake up, but when he finally does, instead of seeing a ghost, he just finds out that Mia has a foot fetish. As Mia tries to explain herself, Daniel doesn't listen and just runs out of the house. I guess he's not very open to that sort of thing. Now treating the hand like any old cell phone, Mia contacts her mother, who cryptically tells her that Riley needs help. At the hospital, Riley awakens from his coma, immediately starts bashing his head against the wall, and then laughs maniacally. I guess he really does need help. Later, Mia and the rest of the people from the party find a very much alive Cole to learn more about the hand and hopefully save Riley from whatever the spirits are doing to him. However, despite his brother having been killed by the hand, Cole doesn't give them any useful advice, so Mia decides to try the ritual on Riley again while making sure to actually complete all the steps so the spirits will leave him unlike last. When she tries to perform the ritual, however, it doesn't seem to work since Riley can't talk to let the spirits in of his own desire. Still determined to save Riley though, Mia does the ritual herself and tries to talk to him as a disembodied soul, but instead of learning anything useful, she just sees a group of spirits terrorizing Riley in the astral plane. At night, Mia's father Max reveals something that he had hidden from his daughter for over a year, reading a letter from Mia's mother that seems to reveal she intentionally committed suicide, as opposed to the accidental death she's been believing. Mia though can't fully accept the truth of her mother's death, especially with a ghastly apparition that looks like her mother telling her that her father faked the letter and that the spirits are imitating him, so she walks into her room and listens to her mother talk shit about her father.
He needs to die.
I don't see what the problem is. Sounds like a normal day at my house. An imitation of Mia's father then bursts into the room and begins choking her. Hearing all the noise from this wrestling match, Max then runs to help his daughter, but when he gets inside, Mia can't tell the difference between the fake and the original, so she grabs a nearby pair of scissors and stabs her real father in the neck. I mean, that's still good resourcefulness. The ghost that's definitely not her mom then tells Mia that the only way to help Riley is to kill him and put him out of his misery, so Mia cooks up a diabolical plan to do just that. First, she goes to the hospital. Then she calls Jade and tells her to come to her house because she has a way to save Riley. And finally, with Riley now alone, she can kill him with no interruptions. Unfortunately for Mia though, when she gets to Riley's room, his mother appears from behind and unknowingly makes Mia's job much harder by reminding her how much she means to Riley and that she's not just a friend to him, but family. Her deviousness undeterred, Mia asks for a moment alone with Riley, after which she sees his body turn into lung cancer and raises the pair of scissors to kill him, but just before plunging the weapon into his body, remembers the kangaroo she couldn't kill earlier and decides not to stab him. When Jade reaches Mia's house, she finds Max barely alive, before revealing solid deduction as she tells her mother that Mia is dangerous and that she needs to stop her from hurting Riley. As soon as her mother gets back to the room though, she finds both Mia and Riley gone. When Jade gets back to the hospital, she displays her observational skills when she notices Mia rolling Riley on a wheelchair up a hill and starts quickly chasing after her. As Jade tries to catch up, Mia stops Riley next to a busy road and the spirit whispers for her to push him into the speeding traffic. We then watch a car crash and find Mia lying in the middle of the road. As she rises from the ground, we see her body pretty beat up, but none of the bystanders seem to notice her. Oh yeah, she's dead. Mia then appears in a hospital where she sees Riley now totally fine and her father walking towards an elevator as all the lights turn off around her. Now in total darkness, Mia hears a match light up and walks towards the fire, where she sees a disembodied hand reaching out. She then grabs the hand and appears in front of a man who tells her the same thing she said when she saw one of the ghosts.
I'll let you in.
Damn. Time to rank. Starting off with who I initially thought would fall into F tier, we have Mia. With an as of yet unparalleled level of gullibleness, she fell for the trickery of a ghost playing on her emotions, leading her to nearly committing murder on her best friend's brother, who considered her as his family. She may not have had the worst performance ever, but her unyielding desperation and inability to cope with the death of her mother puts her in the sad territory of characters with extremely poor susceptibility to manipulation, and leaves the deadly daughter with a degree in dastardliness in C tier. Moving on to Mia's best friend, we have Jade, who may not have the combat experience or survival success of Survivor Scale's top tiers, but she did display some fairly impressive traits for such a regular person. Though she at first showed a pretty uninspiring relationship with her brother, she eventually revealed a commendable level of dedication and protectiveness, perhaps even killing her unstable best friend to save his life. I can't give her a very high ranking due to serious questions about her chances in more dangerous situations, but her noteworthy resolve, protectiveness, and restraint, specifically in never using the hand, leave the superhero sister with a scornful sibling in B tier. But that's it. The average rank of this cast was B tier. And okay, collection of characters. Mostly living up to its hype, Talk to Me delivers one of the signature horror movies of the year, exploring a unique premise with some incredible camera work, gnarly effects, and a compelling crop of characters. I liked it. Thanks for watching.